The first step to solving the Rubik's Cube with the beginner's method is to make the daisy on the top. So what the daisy is the yellow center, so you've got all these centers, and have white edges around it. So on the cube you've got the center pieces, the edge pieces, and the corner pieces. So this is what you want to achieve. So to achieve this, what you want to first do is find the yellow center and put that on top. Then you're going to find a white edge, like this. And obviously you need to get them in all of these spots here. So once you've found your edge, you can, don't worry if you don't have one here, because I'll cover all the cases later. So if you've got one here, you can just do an R move to get it into position. So then you're going to find another one. We've got lucky here, and we've got another one here, so you can move that up. Another one here, we've got extremely lucky. But if you just move this one up, it pushes this one out of the way, and we don't want to do that. So just make sure that before you put it up, you have an empty space above that doesn't have a white edge. So instead of doing this and moving this one out of the way, we can move this one out of the way first and move it in so we have all three. So the next one isn't in any of these positions here, it's on the bottom. So what we can do is make sure it's in line with where it needs to go. So in this case, it's here, and it needs to go here, so that's good. But if it were here, then there's a piece here. So we can move this, so there's not a piece above it. So then you can just do an R to get it here, and then another R there. So you might have a case where you have an edge up here. So then you can just do an F to get it into this slot here, and then move it up. And you can also have one down here. Again, you can just do an F prime to get it up here, and then move it in. Okay, so just in case you're still a little bit stuck, you can have four cases. One where it's here, and you can just do an R move to get it into position. Also, if it's over here, you can just do an L move to get it into position. That doesn't matter. But just make sure that when you move it into position, there isn't another piece on top. So doing that moves this one out of the way, and you don't want to do that. So you can just move this one out of the way, either here or here, and then move it in. So the next case is here, if you've got it in position, but it's flipped. So then you can just do an F to get it here, and then R to move it up. You can also have one on the bottom. You just do an F prime to get it into here and move it up. And then lastly, you can have one on the bottom. So just make sure the place that you want to go is above it, and just do an R2. So once you've got the daisy, you're going to want to get all the white edges onto the white side to make the cross. So what you're going to do is look at the other color on this edge piece. In this case, it's blue. So you can go ahead and find the blue one or any other one. And then you want to find the blue center. So remember, you've got your edges, centers, and corners. So you want to match this blue up with blue here. So you can find blue like that, so it matches up. And then rotate this face twice so that it's down on the bottom on the white side. And this matches up with the blue. Then you can do this for the next colors. Red, match it up with red. Turn it twice. Green, match it up with green, turn it twice. And orange, match it up with orange, turn it twice. So now you've got your white cross. So our end goal here is to get the first layer, which is the white side, and all of these the same color, these the same color, these the same color, and these the same color. So you're going to want to find a white corner piece, so any of these corner pieces anywhere that has white on it. And once you've found that, you're going to look at what other colors are on it. In this case, we have orange and green. So red, blue, orange, and green. So you're going to want to put it underneath the orange and green. Orange, green, orange, green. So it needs to go here, but if we just move it up, that moves our edge piece out of the way. So we can't do that. So if you need to get it up to here, on the right side, you move it to the left, bring this spot, which is where it needs to go, down, put it in, and then move it back up. So if it's on the right side, move it to the left, because if it's on the right side and you move it to the right, then it ends up over here. So that's not what you want to do. So move it out of the way to the opposite side, bring this down because it needs to go here, put it in, and then back up. So now you have this corner piece. So you could have a case where a corner piece is not in the bottom layer. One of the cases is it could be up here, but white is not facing on top. So then what you can do, in this case, you can just bring it down and move it out of the way and then put this back up, and then out of the way to the opposite side, bring this down, put it in, and back up. Another case is where you have it on the bottom, but white is not facing the correct way. So if you just try and insert it like this, it ends up like that. So what you want to do is put it underneath the slot where it needs to go. So in this case we have blue and red, blue and red. So then it needs to go here, so bring this down and then rotate this twice and put it back up, and then you'll have it in the bottom layer to go and insert. So to the right because it's on the left, bring it down, put it back in and back up. So then we also have it on the bottom here, so put it underneath where it needs to go, match it up with these colors, bring where it needs to go down, rotate twice, put it back up, and then you can insert it like so. So again, we could have 4 cases. One case where it's in the bottom layer and you can just do the normal insert, move it out of the way, bring where it needs to go down, put it in and back up. But you could have it where it's flipped this way, so then you can just rotate it this way so white is facing away from you, bring it out, and then put it back in the correct way. You could have it where it's the other way, so if you have it here, it's facing you, just put it this way so white is facing away from you, bring it down, out, and then you can insert it again the proper way. Last case is where it's on the bottom, so put it like above or below where it needs to go. So it needs to go here, put it down here, it needs to go here, so bring this down and then move this twice, and then it should be in the bottom layer and you can insert it. So now you should have your cube like this where the white side is solved and you have all of these colors matching up. You can now go and watch part 3. See you there.